watch second movie. Second.
That's
Yeah, secondary. Secondary.
Smile.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. This is social media. Social is part of it. So thank you very much for being here and being awake. We really appreciate it. My name is Keith. I'm here with Jabronie Pictures. And they do a lot of great comedy and action shorts, which we're going to be talking about here in a second. And what they asked us to do is they asked us to show some of our films and then talk about social media and show more of our films. So with that, we're going to start off with showing some of our films. That is Jabronie Pictures. I remember about 8 or 9 months ago, one of my friends who goes to San Diego State just put a link on Facebook and said, "Oh yeah, hey, look at my scene." So I looked at the scene and I was like, "Wow, that is really good." And it was a fight scene with Julio, is who originally turned me on to these guys. And so I watched one video, then I watched a second video, then I watched a third video, and it is just amazing because we have Jabronie Pictures here, who are 3 students who make excellent films, as you can see. I mean, that is what, 2 computers, a camera, and that's it. There's no special effects department or anything like that. These guys are self-taught. And what's good for this session is they're also really just natural social media people. And so they asked us to come in here and kind of share what we do, what we're like, how we're unique. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and start introducing the members of Jabronie Pictures. So we'll start with the guy who started it all. Jay, why don't you introduce yourself and your background? And,
my name is Fernando J. Huerto. You can call me Jay. I've been doing this for 10 years. I loved Jackie Chan movies, Kevin Smith films, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. And so I decided I want to try this out. I wanted to do all these stunts and these cool superhero things. My background is in theater and film. I went to San Diego State. I graduated recently. As a theater major, and I'm still here doing this stuff.
All right, cool. So this is the founder, and then who's this lady to the left here?
My name is Sony Smith. I have been working with Jabronie Pictures for 6 years now. Fernando and I actually met in a class, and I'm also a theater major. I go to San Diego State right now, and my background is mainly theater. And we met, and he said, "I'm a filmmaker," and I watched one film and immediately knew that I wanted to be a part of it. I have, at that point, had no film experience in my background, and so the last 6 years have been an amazing learning experience for me. But like I said, I mainly do theater, do commercial film, and I'm also a teacher. I work with kids teaching theater classes and acting classes.
Cool.
And I am Neil Aguilar. I'm the cameraman for Jabronie Pictures. I've been helping them probably since the beginning, but then I didn't start actively doing it until about 8 years ago. Before that, I was just with my friends, and then Jay brought me in to help him out, and then we found out that we had similar interests, and then we've been doing this since then. And I'm just a student right now. I don't really have that much film background, per se. I've only taken 2 classes, but it was nothing much. But I've been doing this independently, for most of my life. Well, not most of my life, that's a lie.
Come on, you're young. It's just,
yeah.
You can
He's only 8.
Yeah. Been doing it for a good 8-10 years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. So as you can probably guess here, they basically come from the Robert Rodriguez School of Filmmaking, very independent, on their own. And so before we get into the social media, we wanted to show you one of our episodes. So it's Battle Hero, episode 5. And it's going to be the debut of Sonny's character into the mix. Jay, could you explain what Battle Hero Absolute is?
Okay, does anybody know Power Rangers? I'm guessing everybody does. Yeah, Power Rangers, the armored spandex hero. Well, with Battle Hero Absolute, I wanted to tackle the tokusatsu genre of television, and tokusatsu is basically Japanese superheroes, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, all that kind of stuff, Ultraman, Godzilla, that kind of thing. And so I wanted to do my own Western style Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider is different from Power Rangers in that oops. And that Kamen Rider heroes, they operate as a single entity, whereas Power Rangers they operate as a squad of 5. But what I like about Kamen Rider is the whole dark aspect of the show, and the character arcs, and the whole storyline in general about saving the world while dealing with the relationships and life in general. So I wanted to do that in an American setting, college setting. So this is what it is my superhero show. This is episode 5.
This is episode 5 of Battle Hero Absolute. Battle Hero Absolute. You can see what what we can do just with filmmaking equipment now. Like that definitely beats any Power Ranger episode I grew up with. So it's amazing that now.
Motocross armor.
Yeah. So it's amazing what we can do now. Anybody got filming questions? Yes.
How can I work with you guys?
Perfect. Well, that's one of the things that's really neat about Jay and Sonny and Neil is actually, if you notice a lot of the people in that film, and like for myself, like I literally just on Facebook just sent a message to Jay and just started talking and started a conversation into beginning to work with these guys on some of the upcoming episodes. And so, how do you guys use social media to promote your movies?
Well, before the advent of the idea of social media, I would go on forums like stunt people forums, tokusatsu forums, or like kung fu fandom forums, action film forums, and I would make these films and post it on there and like, hey guys, check this out. And this was even before YouTube. I had to I have to buy a server and I had to upload it to my server, and you only have a limited amount of space. So that's how we started promoting and gathering the audience. But once the idea of social media came about with MySpace, YouTube, especially YouTube, since you don't have to have like huge server space, and with stuff like Facebook, now I'm able to reach more people, put the videos on my page, upload behind the scenes footage on YouTube, and more content on YouTube as opposed to a limited server. So that's how I used social media to promote the group.
Can you talk a little bit more about YouTube and like how many channels do you guys have between yourselves and how do you use YouTube?
We have a main Jabronie Pictures page, which is the hub for all our main films, and then each of us have separate YouTube pages that houses our personal videos, like blogs or other short films that we've made.
And just to kind of comment on that, starting out with putting these items on forums is really providing attention to a very specific audience. Whereas when YouTube came along, it opened up a huger audience. Everyone can see this, and not only that, you get instant feedback right away. And so for us, that really kind of shaped the direction that we were going in and what we were doing, because we could get that feedback from a broader audience into what they would be interested in seeing from us, which is really important. I feel like a lot of what we do is based off of fan comment or what they would like to see us do.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that, before YouTube, it was all direct download. So people watching it, for many people, they had to wait. They had to actually download the full thing and then watch it. Because you download something that takes like hours. You don't want to watch the whole thing. Not with YouTube, they can just like, oh cool, click, skip, skip, skip. Oh, that's cool. Let me watch the whole thing back again. You don't have to wait anymore, which is really good because YouTube is just like that.
Do you guys use YouTube to network at all?
Well, with that social networking, I mean, definitely, yeah, YouTube's a great social network hub as well, because I get into contact with other filmmakers and other actors who want to join us or who want to collaborate or who want me to come up and see them. In fact, after this panel, I'm actually, I have to head down to the airport. I have a flight to Europe at 2:30 because I'm going to film with some guys in the Netherlands, and I'm going to visit Andy from Germany. And we're going to do some filming over there. I mean, just because of this whole social network thing, I could get into contact with international filmmakers, and that's exactly what I'm going to do this week.
So, again, same question, how do you guys use Facebook?
A very similar way. We can post videos on there and photos. Again, a really broad audience, because at least for me, I put all this stuff on my main page on Facebook. We have a Jabronie page too, but by putting it on that main page, it's reaching out to a very specific audience for me, and then kind of blasting out from there. I like it because then people get to see me as a whole, not just as an actor, but they get to see, you know, this is what I do in my private time. This is what I post on my Facebook page. This is what I do as an actor. And it helps, I think, the personal connection with the company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And that's where the whole viewer feedback comes in, because a lot of our fans come in at us on Facebook and they're like, hey, we're big fans, we love your work. And then they always ask questions, they ask me for tips or the like, and they also tell me what they like to see and what kind of doesn't work for them, you know. So it's a really great tool for me as a filmmaker and an actor to get that feedback.
So do you guys have an example or two of you did something, you got some feedback, and then it changed one of your films or something you did, or?
Well, I would say we did a web series for a while, which was, we did these emo movie reviews, and they were really fun. And people would just start in with questions, and so we decided to kind of add this into what we were doing.
Yeah.
We would answer the questions in each of our segments.
In character.
In character, right. So it changed us just reviewing movies into us reviewing movies and then answering these personal questions while we did it. That's just one example. But another example, I mean, is I think Facebook gives you a safe arena to feel like you can give feedback to somebody. You know what I mean? Because it is personal. Somebody can watch your film right away and they can tell you like, hey, I like this about it, but next time I'd like to see maybe more of this. And it's a safe area to do that, whereas like, you know, because they can send you a private message, whereas like on YouTube, sometimes people just
troll, yeah.
Right.
And say, it's fake and stupid, you know.
Right, I'll post, you know.
Unconstructive comments, yeah.
Right.
So another thing that they wanted us to talk about is they were doing this as students. They were doing this with their own money, you know, doing it all on their own. And suddenly they found this site called Kickstarter. And so what we're going to do is, as long as this computer isn't smarter than me, nice. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Kickstarter. So what is Kickstarter, guys?
Well, Kickstarter is a website for fundraising, and it is for creative artists and creative entrepreneurs who want to produce a product or maybe buy equipment so that they can produce a project or a product. And for us, we really wanted to kind of step up what we were doing. We wanted to get a new camera, and we wanted to keep working on the web series and some other films. And so finding this website was really a great outlet for us to be able to do that fundraising. How the website works is you set a specific goal. You have a certain length of time to complete that goal. It can be anywhere between 30 and 90 days. We set a goal of $2,500 because that would cover the costs of the equipment that we wanted and what we would need to cover our projects. And we actually use Facebook a lot to promote this, and we put a video on there which was also on YouTube. And within 12 days, we met our goal. And as long as you meet the goal, you get funded, you get that money. If you don't make your goal, whoever has contributed to it doesn't get charged. But 12 days, we met our goal, and then we kept this on there for 70 days, and we ended up actually making 1,000 plus over our goal, which was great. So we ended up getting cameras, lenses, lights, obviously still working on our projects, which is great, we're still here. So, but for us, it was a great tool.
Yeah, it's a really low-risk way. A lot of people, how do you put it? You kind of need to get a critical mass often in social networking. And so Kickstarter and other websites like this do a really good job of, if you want to donate to this project, you know, you can donate just $5 if that's what you've got. You know, you can donate $5 to it. And the great thing is if they don't meet their goal, then you're not charged for it. And so what they did is they also created a lot of interactivity here. So it's not just, they create different levels, and then what you do is that, so if you do $5, you're in the credits, and then we go and move on to things like, you know, characters named after you, what else, props, things along those lines, you know, and it's just as you go up, and, you know, there's more and more cool stuff. So with all these different things that you guys had an opportunity, people could, pledge for, was there any particular prizes that people seem to be more into than the other ones?
Well, the fans been asking for DVDs, like compilation DVDs of our stuff, and I'm just one man. I can't do everything because I also edit and do the effects and do all the planning and stuff. So the DVD thing is kind of set aside. But when I started Kickstarter, I knew I wanted to give the fans what they wanted. They wanted the DVDs, and this was a great way for them to I guess pre-order it. So once they donate, they have that chance to get the DVD when it comes out, and it includes all these really cool stuff and whatnot. And we'll sign, and they want it signed too, so we'll sign it for them. And also they wanted to see other stuff like posters, and they want they want T-shirts, and they want to have some sort of ownership with the product, right?
Right. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is it's all about that personal connection, and especially if you're donating money in and then you get to be in the credits or you get to have a character named after you, you have a personal connection to it and you're vested in it. And it's like your money is going to something that's beneficial.
And we didn't expect to make that amount of money in such
right.
short time.
We thought literally, we were like, okay, we're going to be on the 69th day holding our breath going, please, something just, we need $2, put it in there. It was like, literally, we were shocked, absolutely shocked.
And it was really a big eye-opener for me, because having it funded in 12 days, that means that people really
people
care.
are watching.
Yeah,
people are watching.
They like what they see. They want to see the film succeed. So it's great. It's also a great, a tool to gauge, what our fans want to see, what they like. One of the prizes I put kind of as a joke, because I didn't think anybody would donate $1,000 to us. I was like, at $1,000 level, you'll get the Mark I Battle Hero armor signed by Sonny and Jay, and two tickets to Legoland and a Cowgirl Ninja mask or whatever, signed by all of us. And someone donated $1,000. I'm like, man, I gotta give up an armor now. Gotta buy another one. But it was great, and it was I was also like, okay, I'll take $1,000. And I wanted to talk to this fellow, and this guy was super nice. He was a huge fan of Battle Hero, and then we've been talking back and forth. We added each other on Facebook. He's a really genuinely good guy who wants to see it succeed. Huge fan, and it was just great interacting with the people donating the money to us.
Yeah, the crazy part is that we didn't know the guy, and who's this guy donating $1,000 to us? We have no idea who he is. We don't know. I've never seen this person's name before. And then we find out that he actually, he's been following us for a long time.
Right. I think 90% of the money donated was from people we did not know.
Yeah. Our friends and family.
It's a big statement right there.
Yeah. I think 10% of our friends and family donated. Yeah.
Some support that is.
Sure.
Do we have any questions right now about YouTube, about Facebook, about Kickstarter?
Where's my cameo?
Where's your cameo? There you go. So that's another thing too that, it's really funny because I don't, like I said before, these three are students, but they do so many things naturally well. One of the other things we always strive for, we strive for that interaction, and things like cameos or things of that nature, they do a very good job of just bringing them into the fold, kind of figuring out how they can help, and when possible, bringing them in.
Right.
So.
And a lot of the people that work with us once continue to work with us. I mean, when I met Fernando, I thought, okay, if I could just get just a small role, that would be really fun. And then it was like, then I was acting, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, I might be really interested in directing and producing and doing all these things that I hadn't done before.
And stunts.
Right, stunts. I am not trained. I am not trained in any martial art at all. In fact, the first time that we really fought, he trained me for about
6 days. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 18 hours total, and then we just did it.
And then now you're doing your own in-suit fighting in Battle Hero.
Right. I mean, it's just it's great. I just like flying by the seat of my pants and learning, while you're doing it. I think that's one of the best things. You can get a lot of training and stuff, but if you don't do it, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, let's go ahead. What I'm going to do is we're going to show Evil Powers 3.
I wanted to see what it would be like to have force powers in a modern setting. You don't see that a lot. You see a lot of kids doing test fights with lightsabers and showing off the effects. I wanted to see force powers and how the Sith and Jedi in the modern world. And I'm a huge Sonny and I are huge fans of Star Wars, so I wanted her to be involved in this. Doing her own little Sith work.
Right, and what festivals and awards did you get for this?
We screened this, is it San Diego Asian Film Festival, yeah?
And Action on Film Festival in Pasadena, which was actually great. Well, we both got nominated for awards, which was amazing. Yeah, Female Action Star of the Year. I don't know how that happened, but they knew me. Ooh. But yeah, it was really great, and we've got awesome feedback on it, so.
Yeah. Cool, so with that we're going to go ahead and see Evil Powers 3.
What are your subscriber levels at this point?
At this point, it's
The last I saw
around
was
3,444.
44,
Yeah.
3,400.
Yeah.
If you were to give somebody a piece of advice about social media, what's something that you might tell somebody?
I believe the reason why we've gotten this amount of viewership was because of the content we put out. It's stuff that we like to see, and we like, lightsabers, we like Star Wars, we like Street Fighter, video games and stuff like that. And our videos are based upon, those influences from animes, video games, movies, and people like to see that.
I would say just don't underestimate the ability of social media to connect you personally with your fans. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing. That's really important to me. I want them to know me, and I want them to know what we do. I don't want there to be anything hidden. I want them to see the entire product, and I think that through Facebook, through YouTube, that's been the easiest way that we've been able to accomplish that.
Yeah, did you have anything to add?
Well, for me, I would say just put yourself out there. Let people know who you are and interact with the fans. It's not just, for me, it's not just YouTube, Facebook that I post my stuff. I post my stuff on other several websites that I personally go to so that they can see it. So just spread the word, basically. That's the easiest thing.
We didn't touch on the Ray Ray series. So they did a couple scenes.
I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, they did a couple scenes. Do you want to start?
What I noticed a lot of people like to see is they like to see our characters come back in different movies. I mean, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, so I love it when I hear Dante and Randall in Chasing Amy or something like that. When you get characters crossing over. So a lot of our films have those characters crossovers, and in Battle Hero Episode 5. Ray, Becca, Johnny Boy, all those guys actually come from completely different movies and entities, and we just brought them in and hey, it's Johnny Boy, hey, it's Becca, she's back. Oh. So you see this connection between this universe we created, and people, the fans, they understand that, they get it, they point it out, oh, that's so cool, and that's another reason why it makes it so accessible. Also, a lot of the characters that we play and our friends play are based on, off of us, and I write, stuff that I know, about myself and my other friends. So people, the audience, they get that connection. It's like, you relate to them, and it's like these people are, are your friends. Oh, I know a girl like Becca. I know a friend. My friend's just like Ray Ray, and they get that connection. They like seeing real characters who are just real and they're three-dimensional and people that you know or would like to know.
Yeah, and definitely I think one of the things that Jabronie Pictures really represents is if you love doing it, if you love it and you like it, as they've been saying, put it out there, because you never know. And that's the thing, is you never know who's watching it. You never know when that connection or that person who wants to donate $1,000 to you, you never know where those people are going to come from. So, all right, so with that, we are Jabronie Pictures. You can see us at youtube.com, Jabronie Pictures. You can find us on Facebook. And please friend us. We're very friendly. So, yes?
You guys have a Twitter?
Oh, Twitter. Do you?
I'm not really into the Twitter thing yet. We have our own personal Twitters, but I rarely use it. But I have it connected to my YouTube account and stuff. So whenever I upload something, it'll say on Twitter. But I am Simon J64 on Twitter.
Yeah.
Site J64.
Yeah, we're looking into it, you know, and we've got it, and we've got it kind of under control. We're just not using it as much, you know, as a lot of other people are doing. But yeah, that's the next step. That's the next step after websites, Facebook, Twitter. Got to be on all three. So, which one do you guys want to?
What's seasons beatings?
Seasons beatings.
That's a favorite. That's a fan favorite.
Seasons beatings. So,
yeah.
Peace on earth and season beatings to all as we close. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you just did your first panel?
Second panel.
Second panel? Second
First
panel?
corporate panel.
Oh, how was it?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm surprised this many people showed up. So it's really good. Excited.
Cool. What did you think of the first corporate panel that Jabronie Pictures ever did?
I think it went really well. I was expecting more cameras. I was hoping for more cameras to flash, but I don't know. I guess not as good looking as Sony or Jay or whatever. You know, I think it went well.
Can't always have a favorite for.
What did you think, Sonny?
It was great. Yeah, it was really great. I think we got our point across.
Nice.
Yeah, we decided if you want.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it's
Who signed it?
I was telling Keith that I'm the president of a young professionals group here in San Diego, and we do all kinds of like educational events, and it would be great if like our fiscal year starts in July, so we're like finishing up for the year, but maybe getting you guys to speak on a panel and doing just like what you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, for mine. Yeah, because we have a lot of just young professionals that are looking to get into the biz. And,
you know, the experience that way that they've gone through, and you know, somebody can learn something from us, we can learn something from them.
Mark, you want to say?
Yeah. So if you guys got a card out, you know, definitely.
Okay.
Reach out to you guys.
You have
yeah, we